mostly going to be centered around self-care, self-love. The day that I decided to capture was a day where I really decided to do things that I want to do and have a me day, but I love having the time and space to do things that I want to do and focus on those things and be fully present in them and be very intentional. I think that self-care and self-love are very beautiful things, important things, just tending to your needs basically. And it comes in so many different shapes and sizes and forms and ways. It can be as simple as making yourself a hot cup of tea, or starting therapy, or, going on a big journey of self-development. It's hidden in everything. And I don't think that we give ourselves enough credit for those moments sometimes. So that's what I want to talk about. But before we get into the rest, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Bellesa. Bellesa is a by women company focused on all things sexual pleasure and sexual wellness. And if you know me, you know that I love talking about sexuality and intimacy. And the reason I love Bellesa so much is because their mission is to encourage people to embrace and celebrate their sexuality and their pleasure. And if you watch my girl talks, you know that that's right up my alley. So I'm very excited to tell you that my friends at Bellesa and me are hosting a big giveaway where you'll win a free vibrator or a voucher. So you'll win something either way. Definitely check out the link in the description box to go to the giveaway and get yourself a toy or a big juicy discount. So let me show you two of my favorite Bellesa toys. We're gonna start with this one. This is the Air Vibe. And yes, they look like the Totally Spies compacts. This one has dual stimulation and is waterproof. It comes in this gorgeous red color and has gold details. It looks so pretty. And you can adjust this to your body's needs, which makes it such a pleasurable experience. The cases are chargeable, which is so wonderful. Honestly, I have lived in student housing, and I've definitely had people walk into my room, and it's just kind of like a studio, it's just your room. I've definitely had something charging on my nightstand. If your landlord is walking in, it's not the vibe. Anyway, so needless to say, I love a little discreet packaging. Gorgeous, perfect for travel as well. And this is the Pebble. This one has suction and vibration. It fits beautifully into your hand. It's very compact and subtle. This is very easy to introduce to a partner as well in the bedroom. I really recommend, or just using it solo. Once again, very, very beautiful color details, soft material, and very compact packaging, and matching my nails, which love that. Be sure to enter the giveaway in the description box for some free vibes, and thank you, Bellesa, for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. So the reason that I am mentioning sexuality is because I do think that that's one of the ways for me that I really practiced self-care and self-love, because I made a very conscious decision at the start of 2023 to focus more on exploring my self-pleasure and self-intimacy, because I wasn't very intentional about it, and it's so good for your mental and physical health with burnout. And maybe you recognize this if you have experienced illness, chronic illness, or extreme fatigue, or things like that, extreme stress, hardship. It can really change your desires and your relationship to your body, and that's what happened in my burnout a lot. But because I had made that conscious decision to keep putting effort into that, it really became part of my wellness routine, if you will. It wasn't like a crazy routinely manner, but I do feel like spending more time exploring yourself, getting to know yourself, not only makes you more confident in the bedroom or with a partner, but improves your self-confidence so much, and just your general health. You'll feel a lot less stressed, let me tell you that. But I'm just really proud of myself for making that decision back then, because I did get to know myself so much more, and it was such a valuable thing. It is still such a valuable thing to me, so I will forever and always love to talk about that with you. Yeah, so that was an example of self-care, self-love for me in a bigger way, but I think that it comes in so many ways and forms, and they go unnoticed so often, like I said at the beginning. And so I hope that by me mentioning these things, you will have a moment to sit back and give yourself a little grace, let yourself off the hook, because you're already doing so many things for yourself to care for yourself and love yourself. And so I hope that you can give yourself a pat on the back, on the shoulders for that, that you are showing up. It can be in such little, subtle, unaesthetic ways. Maybe you just brushed your teeth today, and that's deserving of applause, you know? Or you changed your sheets, or maybe you called the doctor finally, or you showed up at the appointment, or you go no contact with someone, or you decide to break no contact. This is not an invitation to do that. I have to say that some of you out there are gonna misuse that phrase as a sign. It's not. But I don't know, I think that I personally do look over all the things that I'm doing for myself all the time, and I can be so strict. And sometimes I need a friend to tell me this, so I'm just here for those of you who need to hear it. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. But yeah, maybe you just lit a candle today, or made yourself tea, or you looked at houses online, or you put $10 in your savings today, or you bought yourself a little treat today, or you said no to plans, or you said yes to plans. You picked up a book, you took like 5 minutes to read a book, or to just stare outside, look out the window, open the window, take a big breath of fresh air. Maybe you got a couple moments of peace in the bathroom, like away from young children or something. I get a lot of moms telling me that kind of stuff in the comments, which I love that and I respect you so much. But taking that moment for yourself, just meditating for a minute or two, like, there are so many ways where you're already showing up for yourself, and I just hope that you take a moment to say thank you to yourself, and to be proud of yourself, and to maybe even notice it next time you're doing it. I love dedicating a day or a part of my day to self-care, and some days that does look like, you know, doing my nails, which I actually did today. I'm very happy with the design. I'm on my Gel X journey. Or maybe I'll do a face mask, or I'll take a hot shower, or maybe I'll have a big cry and I just play The Sims in bed all day, and I call a friend and I eat something greasy. But sometimes, like, you gotta feed the soul, you know? It really, really depends on the day and what your needs are that day. So yeah, I just wanted to take a little moment to acknowledge that, and all the forms that it comes in, and that all forms are worth celebrating. I remember when I was really down in the dumps last year, I would do the tiniest thing, and my dad was celebrating so hard for me, and it was such a good motivator and such a sweet, sweet thing for him to do. But because he did that with me all those little times, myself to celebrate those moments. I just really hope that you can take a little bit of this. And I got to pay his deed forward a little, you know. Anyway, the vlog that you're about to see, I already edited and stuff. I'm filming this later, so you're gonna be listening to past me. But I really enjoyed this day with all its ups and downs, and I hope that you will enjoy it and that you'll be relaxed, of course. Yeah, just know that I'm thinking of you and I'm rooting really hard for you over here. And here's your forehead kiss. I'm gonna do it at the end of the vlog as well, but tonight you're getting two, okay? Love you, bestie. Hi, friends. Good morning. Rise and shine. That was Kylie Jenner's cover, if you didn't know. Anyway, good morning. Time for a day in my life vlog. On this day, I started out feeling particularly tired, but that's okay. I had a lot of things planned on this day, and I don't know if this is relatable to anyone, but I'm a routine girly, but this second I have plans, or have to leave the house in the morning, or whatever it is, my routine just goes out the window. So, on this morning, I did my skincare off camera and immediately went back to my room to do my makeup. I did light a candle to get some cozy vibes going and to just stay slow. There were some airplanes, etc. Because I was tired, I was feeling a little gloomy and honestly sad. So you may be able to tell somewhere in this makeup session that I start crying a little because I was thinking about my channel safety stuff. This was pretty shortly after all that happened. But I just have a harder time dealing with my emotions when I'm tired. I mean, I think that's pretty common. I sped up this part of the video because it would take too long. But I just did concealer. I always just do concealer and no foundation. This is my base. Blending it out with a beauty blender, making sure that's all even. And then I go in with some liquid products. Here I do some more concealer because I was very tired. I always get a little bit anxious when my day starts out like that because on this day specifically I had so much planned. I was gonna go to the city, etc. You'll see. But that just stresses me out a little because I get in my head and worried about my health. And if I'll be able to do all the things, etc. Here I'm using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy Soul. Putting that on my cheeks and moving upward. I really, really love blush and how it makes me look more alive. And I think it's a really pretty, natural shade. So, oh, this is where I was getting emotional, you can tell. But we power through, just a girl, letting it go back into my eyes. I'm laughing about it now, but it was stressing me out, but I wanted to leave it in because I want to show you a realistic day as someone who is dealing with things and is still recovering from the burnout and everything. I'm just not in a place where I have a lot of capacity to deal with things, and while in any other situation this would also make me cry, I do feel like it impacts me in a more direct way than I would like to admit sometimes. Anyway, before I get too rambly and deep and stuff, I'm gonna keep it light. I was listening to music, so in between I'm also switching out the songs I was listening to and cleaning things up, putting things back. I went in with a Laura Mercier sensory issue, I guess. Then I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder to wipe away the Laura Mercier and to set everything. Added some powder blush as well, and then set my face with a Beauty Blender setting spray, which I didn't know existed, but it came with my Beauty Blender order. Here I was having some existential thoughts, I think, and then it's time for eyebrows and eyes and stuff. I don't do anything too crazy, I keep it pretty neutral, but for my brows, I just fill them in a little bit with a L'Oreal pencil in a dark brown shade, just to give them a little bit of volume, or volume definition, however you want to call it. And I do think it makes a big difference, even though it's so subtle. And then I do a little bit of eyeshadow, and then a tubing mascara. Today is kind of a self-care day, if you will. So what I did like, even though I was feeling melancholy and sad, was to take this time for myself and just do my makeup and not rush things. Usually my morning routine is more that I lay in bed and I journal, and then I go downstairs and have breakfast, and then at some point I go back upstairs and get ready for the day. But with having plans in the morning or having to leave on time, it does get you out of bed. In this case, I had my plans after lunch, but I wanted to get some things done. So that's why I got ready before that, so I didn't have to think about that later. I did a little eyeliner with a brown pencil, which I really like to do. It looks very natural. And then I always wear a dark brown mascara by Clinique, which is my favorite one on the face of the earth at the moment. It comes off so easy, and you can take a nap and you can cry all you want, but it won't smudge anywhere, which is the joy of having tubing mascaras. Very happy that they exist. And here you can just see me trying to not open my mouth and make a horribly weird face. I wouldn't say that that's kind of the way to go. It's not really working. It still looks silly. But that's okay. Then I do a highlighter, because we gotta glow, of course. If the sun isn't shining, our cheekbones will, you know what I'm saying, so did that. And then a lip color. This is a butter gloss, I believe, from NYX, that I actually really like, and it's very comfortable. Then I take the headband out, and I'm actually going to get my hair done, so I'm leaving it like this, and it was time to pick out an outfit. You're gonna see later that I kind of switch in outfits and stuff, but here I pull this blue crew neck by Fruit of the Loom, and then the only trousers, and I just get them ready on my bed so I know what to wear. And then it was time for breakfast, which is actually my favorite meal of the day. I usually, at the moment, my fixation breakfast is skyr. This was the cheaper version, the store brand version, with a vanilla flavor, which I actually really liked. And then I have some nutty granola, and I have a lot of it on top. And then I added some pumpkin spice and some extra cinnamon, and I had breakfast. And here my cat was up and running, so I usually force him to sit on my lap for a while, to give some love in, which he doesn't want to receive, but anyway, we still do it. Hello. Ja, zachte. And I usually make breakfast kind of a mindful moment, no phones, etc. And I like to journal in the morning, like I said, but this time I skipped it, so I did it at the breakfast table. And then it was time to head back upstairs and reply to all my fans, which is my favorite thing to do. Thank you so much. And then I have to remember to drink water. And then I kind of passed out a little. I was so tired the rest of the morning, which was quite sad because I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. But I listen to my body, and I drop everything if my body says, girl, rest. And so I will if I can, physically, you know. If I'm in public or driving, that's a different story, but, you know. So I read in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which was mid, but it was alright. Time to pack my things for the city. Here's the perfume that I was wearing by the fireplace. Here's the outfit change. But it's irrelevant because I changed back to that first chosen outfit anyway. Here's my stuff. And here was me having lunch. This is something that I made the night before. It was just some veggies and potatoes that I popped in the oven, and it was so good and autumnal. And he's very curious, and his tongue was poking out. That was cute. Had a cookie for dessert, because every meal needs dessert. Duh. Which is very healing, of course. And here's me, switched back into my originally planned outfit. This is such a realistic vlog, because here I was also rushing to get to the bus. Usually, I will drive my car to the nearest train station instead of bike to the bus, from the bus to the train. And then in the city I usually always pick up my bike because I still have one there. Anyway, gotta grab my transportation card. I helped a stranger find their way back to the store. It was pretty nice out, so it was fine, but my dad had my car, so that's why. Going on the bus today, did my lip gloss in my phone camera, because I wiped it all off at lunch. Got on the bus, had to use the bathroom so bad, but it was out of service. That always happens at the worst times, you know. Got on the train and immediately went to the hair salon. It was raining on the way to the city, but that's fine. This is Pink Elephant Hair Salon, which is a wonderful place, and I really enjoyed my time there. I got my hair done by Patricia. I was dealing with a lot of breakage and damage, and I just wanted to get a trim and to get all the dead ends and split ends just touched up, and she does dry cutting and really takes her time. She gave me a hair massage, head massage, and she did a little keratin treatment, and this is her magic doing. I had such a good time with her, and that's the before and after. If that doesn't say a lot, then I don't know what does. We didn't touch up the color at all. That was all just from cutting it and refreshing it. So, with my new hair, I went on my way to see my love, but I made one stop along the way at the piercing shop, and I got some new piercings that you've seen in videos. I got a new septum ring. It was a true self-care day. Very expensive one, but very worth it to me. I'd wanted extra piercings in my ear for a while, so. And there's my love, my best friend Nicole. We redid that take of her walking in, which was nice. We were supposed to have a crafts night, but this is peak friendship, by the way. We had matching bags and stuff. And instead of a arts and crafts night, which we were supposed to be doing, we went out for dinner because one of our friends dipped. I had a lovely time with her, laughed so much, and really got to catch up. And then it was time to take the train home. I know that this was maybe a little bit chaotic as a description of my day, but I didn't get a lot of footage while I was out. But I had picked up my Raycon earplugs for the collaboration that I did with them, and I tested them on the train. Loved it. Got home and watched ASMR. Sab, I love you. And then I wanted to really clean my room before going to bed. distance